Hi there, I'm Champion Trader Kevin Davey, and here's a nice, simple algo that actually works. Let's get started. Okay, so let's get started with this algo. First, I'm going to describe it. This algo is a pretty simple Bollinger Band based strategy with what I call a momentum kicker, and you'll see that in a second. It has a simple stop loss and a simple profit target, nothing too complicated here, and it's based on entry number 25 that you can find in my Confessions of a Champion Trader book. Okay, so let's go over the rules. So first, what you have to do is you have to calculate the upper and lower Bollinger Bands. That's pretty easy. And if the close crosses above the lower Bollinger Band and the recent momentum is up, so two parts to that, then you just buy the next bar at the market. And for selling short, you just do the exact opposite. The close would have to close below the upper band, and the recent momentum would have to be down. So it's a symmetrical type system. And then we have a simple stop loss of a certain dollar amount, and then we have a profit target that is actually twice what the dollar stop is. Pretty simple, right? If you need the code for Tradestation, it's right here. And you can see we have our inputs defined. We calculate our Bollinger Bands towards the middle. And then down below we have our crossing of the lower band, or the crossing under the upper band with the momentum. And then that tells us to buy or to sell short. And then down at the bottom we have the stop loss and we have the profit target. Okay, so talking about optimizing and doing iterations, because that's always part of good system development. The trick is obviously not to do it too much. We have our Bollinger Band look back length. I'm going to go from 10 to 30. So that's kind of like a medium term length in steps of 5. The Bollinger Band standard deviation, which is one of the inputs to a Bollinger Band calculation, I'm going to go from 1 to 2. And then the stop loss amount in dollars, I'm going to go from $1,500 to $3,000. And that's based on futures trading, and that's per contract. So it's a sizable stop. Most of my strategies you'll see have bigger stops. They don't have $50, $100 stops, because what usually ends up happening with those, you just get stopped out a whole bunch and the strategy never really works. So that's my optimizing, my iterations. Like I said, altogether it's 3 optimized inputs and 30 iterations total. Now, when I go to test, I use the process that I teach in my Strategy Factory course. It's an award-winning course on strategy building and development. So if you've never checked it out, head over to my website. You might be interested in what you find there. This is one of the best, if not the best, algo trading courses for retail traders that you can get. Of course, that's my opinion. All right. So let's look at preliminary test results. What I usually do is I test a 2-year period. So I just took from the end of 2019 to the end of 2021. And you can see there's a bunch of different markets and a bunch of different bar sizes where this strategy was profitable over all those iterations. Altogether, there were 13 different combinations that were profitable. So that's pretty good. It shows it works in some different markets. And then part of my process is to run walk forward testing. I have some other videos that describe walk forward testing if you've never seen it before, but here's an equity curve. This is all out of sample based on walk forward testing. This particular one is for platinum 360-minute bars. And I also have a treasury note. This would be the 10-year treasury note, 720-minute. And you can see these are good equity curves They're not perfect. No equity curve ever is, but these could be tradable systems with a little more work. So some important notes to keep in mind. I don't consider these fully tested and approved strategies, approved to the way I do it. You have to run some more tests to pass all the strategy factory criteria, and that's the criteria I use day in, day out to build trading systems. But the idea itself, the Bollinger Band idea with the momentum and the simple profit target and simple stop loss, it's pretty sound because it works in a bunch of different markets and multiple time frames, and it also shows robustness because you can vary some of the inputs and it still gives you profit. So the idea is pretty good. And of course, if you're going to use this, you want to test it for yourself before you trade with it. So this might be a great starting point for you, but you're still going to want to test it for yourself. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and as always, leave a comment. I love to hear what you think of this. Did you try it and it didn't work? Or did you try it and modify it and it worked great? Let me know. I respond to all legitimate comments. I'm Champion Trader Kevin Davey. Have a great day.